We have a situation where the tariff in Barbados in terms of duties are 182%. In Canada, it's 200%, but in Grenada, it's 0% to 40%, or I think currently probably about 30%.
The major roadblock to the full implementation of the national poultry policy is no longer the price of feed, but the low tariff rate Grenada has on poultry meat. Having already arrived at a solution with Caribbean agro-industries to lower the price of feed, the National Poultry Working Group, which has representatives from government, the private sector and poultry farmers, is now seeking to address the issue of tariffs. Member of the working group, Joshua Lewis, explains that cheap imported meat that sells below the cost of production has curtailed and overrun the Grenadian market.
Well, the poultry working group is committed to resolve this issue because this is the last major issue that holds the industry back. Now, there is something that we call a bound rate, which basically it's a duty rate. Now, Grenada negotiated what we call the 100% bound rate, so 100% duty rate that it can put on import, just the same as Barbados, Canada, and the rest. But government haven't really used that before because there's been concern about production.
Mr. Lewis notes that this has allowed a one-sided competition whereby imported poultry meat has superimposed itself and stifled the local industry. He adds that the industry is no longer burdened by production levels, with two major modern facilities coming on stream in Port Royal and Montrose.
So those two businesses alone, have really allayed the fears that people used to talk about production. And with the smaller farmers being contracted to these groups, there no longer is an issue about production because, the farm in Port Royal alone, family farms, they can produce 2.5 million birds per year with their facility alone. If they were to do two shifts, they can then produce 5 million birds a year. Excellent farm in Montrose. I know the capacity probably is double that.
The National Poultry Working Group has a 2020 vision of having a perfect poultry industry that is fair to the local poultry producers. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.